that following the release of 30 by Adele, Spotify has removed the shuffle button as the default option when playing albums. Now listeners have to listen to every album's track list in order, and Adele has quote tweeted that, and she has said, "This was the only request I had in our ever-changing industry. We don't create albums with so much care and thought into our track listing for no reason. Our art tells a story, and stories should be listened to as we intended. Thank you, Spotify, for listening." The crucial thing here is that actually, if you go to the album section, that's obviously true. You can't play them in a random fashion. However, if you go to an individual track on the album, and the shuffle icon is still there, so you can actually play the album in any order. It's it's a bit of a kind of fuss over nothing, but it has prompted quite a bit of discussion, as you can imagine, in terms of who owns art once it's been released into the wild, so to speak. This is two sides of the argument. So Phil Hurst: "Totally agree with Adele. Most albums are made in sequence for a reason. Imagine if you played Sgt. Pepper on Spotify. The first track would be Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band Reprise. Could be the first track, so that would be crazy." And then DP Murrow here tweets, "No, what absolute nonsense. Once an artist releases an album, it should become the listener's story. I reorder the tracks of many of my favourite albums. It doesn't take away from the experience, it enhances it. It makes my experience. I don't understand why she would care." I do think the point about Sgt. Pepper and other concept albums is a good one. But what you just said, Sajeela, about ownership, I think is important. I remember years ago Lloyd Cole saying that once you've bought a record, it's yours to do with what you want. Although I think if he released So You'd Like to Save the World today, he'd probably be cancelled because of the environmental argument on that one. I love you, Lloyd Cole, if you're watching. I know you're not, but I'm just going to say it anyway.